Hello guys, very good morning. And can I know who is this user? Can you please rename yourself someone by name user? Am I audible?
Yes, Pawan, yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. Have you tried working with various sources, various methods of logging into your Linux server?
I tried, but for me it
Hmm.
is a Mac, so not able to
Mac OS.
do. Not
Have you
able.
tried with this? The command terminal.
That one I didn't try. I tried for this. What we say, Putty, and not able to download Putty, and also Mobile Extreme also not there.
Hmm.
So I need to try last option that by terminals command prompt.
Okay, 1 second. Let me check if there is some resource. Do we have Putty for Mac? So they are saying as a part of its OS, they already have a SSH client. So you'll be able to get it connected directly.
Oh, okay. No need of Putty.
No, see here. Can you run Putty on Mac? Yes, you can run Putty on Mac using Xquads and Mac ports.
It is asking for some prerequisites. I need to do that. So not able
Then you
to
are
that one.
supposed to try
I'll
with
try
them,
to.
right?
I will try to do this today. Here also link is not there.
It is not there, but see here you have something using built-in SSH client in Mac OS. How to use Putty SSH keys with the built-in OpenSSH. If you have a putty.ppk format file, you want to use it with built-in SSH on Mac. Okay, in script, you can use the following commands. Install Putty for Mac. See, they have the provision, it seems, Putty for Mac. Using brew install Putty. See, this was the command you were supposed to use. Or you can use port install Putty. Either ways will help you. It will
Okay.
also install the command line version of Puttygen also. So you'll have Puttygen also available. Then use the following command to convert .ppk format private to standard PEM. So basically, you can get it connected with the help of PEM. There is no necessity for you to use .ppk at all. If you want to convert from .ppk to PEM, you can use this. If not directly in .pem, you can go. Okay, make sure your private permissions are set. See, you need to make sure this should be enabled. So group and others, it should be read write private key change mode, and then you can use this command to get connected. SSH-i private key.com, whichever the private key is, use at the name host. The same command which I have shown you, right? So for that, you need to install using homebrew. You can use brew install putty.
Okay. I think
So
through commands only we can install directly. We can't download. I
obviously,
think.
yes, yes,
Mm.
yes, yes. Okay, so let me keep it in the chat. I have shared the link in the chat. Please copy that now.
Yeah, yesterday I have gone to this documentation, this site, but not
Hmm.
able to. Yeah, I'll try to do that one.
Okay,
Mm. Yeah, thanks.
fine. Any other doubts in yesterday's class? Anyone else? So who is this user? Is this Nilofer?
No, she is not joining. My friends
Then
are
who is
not
this?
joining.
We have someone else running user up in here. Just give me a second. Meanwhile, let me create a Linux server. Avinash, have you gone through the recordings?
Yeah, yes, Pawan. Yesterday itself I
Do you have
completed.
any issues?
No, no,
So all of
no,
them
no.
are completed. So you do remember all the commands regarding copy commands, move,
Yeah, yeah. More
everything?
tail head, less head. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, fine. Still any doubts in any of that part?
Doubt means only at user level only.
So what was the doubt
Change
you have in?
directory. Like yesterday I asked, right, users regarding what is root user and system user,
Yeah,
general
yeah.
user. That's one only
There
I'm
is
getting
one other
confused.
class recording the users. Your first class is on users only, right? The first day when you attend the class.
That is directories. Regarding directories.
Yes, regarding directories in the sense the file permissions and all I discussed.
Yeah, yeah, file permissions are there. I'm good with that
Yes.
file permissions, but
Okay.
only user, yeah,
Uh,
like basic level. So initially in real time, right? If you are
hmm,
creating this instance, Linux instance,
hmm.
default it is easy to user, right? So
Yes.
we can't change like that. I have some questions.
We
So
can't change. Yes, we can change.
okay,
I'll show you that. If not, we'll discuss that and we'll go ahead. We have other students also to come up in here. Hmm. Meanwhile, we can cover that. We'll choose. Okay.
okay,
So let me again log into my server console directly. The first thing is the user login with the help of password. We'll see that password based authentication, right? Logging into the server with the help of other users also we'll see. Okay, first I need to be a root user to create users. So sudo su, right now I'm a root user, so I can create users. So what was the command that helps me to create users? User
user.
add, let's say Avinash. So I have a user by name Avinash. Okay, cd space dot dot ls in my home directory. The directory for Avinash has been created. Okay.
Okay.
So Avinash has his own directory. Now, okay, let me exit. Now I am EC2-user. Let me try to gain access into Avinash directory.
Mm-hmm.
cd Avinash. Okay. cd space dot ls cd Avinash. Access denied because it is the parent directory for that particular user, Avinash only, home directory for Avinash, so others doesn't have any access to that. If you see long listing up in here, see Avinash directory is having access only for Avinash
Only.
owner. Even EC2-users directory has been accessed only for EC2-user and others don't have that. Okay, this is fine, right?
Yeah. From root we can change
Yes,
to.
from root I can sudo. So if I'm root, right? cd Avinash. I can log in into Avinash directly. Okay.
Okay.
But you are not always given permission of root to execute these stuff. Okay. Every user have their own privacy. So we don't have that. Okay. Now I need to set a password for Avinash.
Yeah, this one pass
PASSWD.
will be given password. I mean for EC2 user, right? In that PEM file only will be password.
That is different case and this is different case. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That is different thing and this is different. So right now I have see Avinash is also a user similar to that of EC2. Okay.
Mm.
So for this Avinash, I am setting a password. Change password. I have set a password for Avinash. Okay. Now I want to log in into the Avinash user. But okay, for the same scenario, let me use Putty or Mobaxterm. Let me open my console. Okay. I'm using Mobaxterm to get connected with that particular user. And instead, are you able to see my screen, Mobaxterm?
Yes.
So I am using Avinash over here and port 22. I know the password for Avinash. Will I be able to get connected? It will ask me for authentication. Now see here, no supported authentication methods are available and you can only log in with the help of public key, but not the password. Am I right? Yes
Why
or
you
no?
are not able to log in?
See, it was a restriction by Amazon. So the EC2 instance that has been created by Amazon, okay, has got its own internal restrictions. It allows us to log in only with the help of key pair, but not any password. So I
Okay.
want to edit that. Okay, cd slash xc ls. We have a file by name ssh or dot ssh. Okay, cd ssh ls cd. Okay, we have some file called ssh config. Okay, I need to go into that, sorry, sshd config. I need to go into that particular file and make some necessary modifications. This is the xc slash etc is the directory that is available inside my root. See, over here we have many files. Out of them, boot is used for boot device. Dev is used for devices that have been connected to the server. XC contains extended text configuration files. Home is for the users, so home directories, libraries, local. If you have attached it with any kind of media-based resources, you will have in media. Mount helps us to get connected with volumes. Okay. User-related information is there up in here, and in where we have variables variable data. Whenever during the runtime, our system gets some variable data that would be stored inside where, and the root is the home directory for the root user. Okay, so let me go into exe folder cd etc ls. I have got many files in which I want to go into the directory which is ssh secured shell. So I am trying to edit the configuration of my login mechanism. See, what was the mechanism with which we gain access into Linux server? Through SSH only, right?
Yes.
So I need to make modifications over there. Ls, I have got many files in which I want to edit ssh underscore config. Vi sshd underscore config. So I have this particular file which contains all the information, okay, in which okay, see, password based authentication is kept as no.
Okay. Yes.
I need to convert int into s. Okay, so I can see here previously it was doing authorization with the help of authorized key, that is public key and private key, and this has been enabled. Now I have enabled password based authentication also. Escape column wq exclamation, right? So system ctl restart sshd. Okay, so let me go to my Mobax term and try it once again. See, now it is asking me for Avinash password.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, name. Okay. Do you want to say password? Yes. As of now, I don't require. See, I have
Okay.
logged into my server with the help of password.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is how we gain access into the server with the help of a password. Right?
Okay. And in real time, whatever the list files are then root, right? We need to remember those things, or
By
we don't
default,
get any
see, it was
chance.
the basic format that will be available. The file system is always the same. And whenever in future you will be learning about containers and all, over there also we'll be able to see these default libraries and dependencies inside the containers also.
Okay.
So those are the default names that you need to remember. Obviously, you need to understand what files are located at which location. Okay.
Hmm.
Now I have made the password based authentication. Okay.
Hmm.
So that I can gain access into my server with the help of a password. Right. So does this clear your doubt?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Bob. Thank you.
Do you have any other doubts?
No. No.
Okay. Aniket, as of now,
Yes, sir.
all the classes that you have attended, do you have any doubts? Did you see this particular concept? I don't know when you joined, but have you seen how to enable the password based authentication?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Will you be able to do it? So
Yes.
all we have to do is to go into the exe folder inside which you have a directory by name SSH, and then edit the sshd underscore config file which contains the configuration of your system. Okay. So now I have enabled the password based authentication, so I'll be able to log in into the server with the help of password. Previously it did not permit me to gain access. Now it is permitting me to gain access because I have also executed one other command after creating this. What was the command that I executed? I have restarted the SSHD. So in general, what happens is whenever we install any applications which require our laptop or computer to be restarted, right? some system dependencies might have to work. So what I have done is I have directly restarted the particular service. If I did not restart this particular service, I will not be able to see it immediately, but it might take a bit of time for me to do that. So I am supposed to restart my server and then I need to get access into that. But instead of doing that, I have restarted the service directly. So to restart the service, we have control systemctl one command, or else you can use service sshd restart. Either ways you can use it. The same command gets executed. So today we will see about the service management, where we will understand how to install applications and all. Okay, now you have seen this. Okay, let me show you one more doubt up in here. Okay, right now I am Avinash user who has logged into the server. Will Avinash user have the permission to run as a root?
No.
Why? Sudo su. See, it is asking me password for Avinash. So it says Avinash name is not in the list of the sudoers file. So I need to go into the location where my sudoers file is, and then I need to try to gain access into that sudo file and enable this particular resource for Avinash, so that Avinash can, what can he do? He can also
Act like
execute
root.
the commands like a root user. Understood?
Mm.
So where am I supposed to do that?
We need to now switch to root.
Okay. Okay, switch to root. I'm already root. Any idea about it?
I think string or stick. Yeah, now I can see.
Okay. Cd space dot dot ls. We have a file by name sudoers up in here. Can you see it?
Sudo dot conf
No,
sudoers. Yeah.
only sudo. Okay, this sudoers contains information about the users who have the sudoers permission. So let's say I want to execute certain commands. Okay. Okay, let me exit out of the root user. We'll come back over here. Now EC2 hyphen is a regular user, right? Okay. Can he install any applications? Let me install an application. So to install any application, we need some package installer or repository which helps me to install applications. For that, I use yum repository, yum install. So if it is in Linux, we use yum. If it is in Ubuntu, we use apt, right? So this is for high level OU. Okay. Yum install. Let's say I have an application by name tree. I want to install this particular application. See here what it does. This command has to be run with super user privileges under the root user on most systems. So I am not permitted to install any applications on my server. So if I want to do that installation of any applications, I'm supposed to be a root user. So if my name is listed inside the root user, I can use sudo in front of the command and execute it. See what it does is sudo in the sense super user do. So execute. So if ec2 hyphen username is there inside the sudo file, then what happens up in here is we can assume the privilege of the super user and execute this particular task. Let's say in the other window, we have Avinash user. So if I want to install an application with Avinash user, if his name is there inside the sudo file, then he would have chance to install an application. So let me try sudo yum install, what is the name? Tree. See here, it is asking me for password. So Avinash is not in the sudo file. So Avinash doesn't have the permission to execute this particular command. Let's say the same thing in terms of EC2 instance up in here. So EC2-user is the default user and he has the privilege with having his name in the sudo file. See, now he is authorized to execute that particular command. So this thing can be done only with the required permissions. As of now, I am not you installing. Let me go. Now let me go into root user and try to give the sudo permission. So where should I go? cd space /exe ls. I have the file which is sudo up in here. Let me open it using vi. So see, this was the sudo file which has all the prerequisite permissions that are being defined. So whatever may be the permission we want to give, we need to get them enabled up in here. Installation management, updating. So all kinds of permissions that are relevant to the root user are defined up in here in this particular file. So here, see here, we have allow root to run any commands anywhere. So here, if you define other users' names also, that particular user will have the privilege to use sudo. So right here, I'm going to use Avinash. All equal to all. So what kind of privilege do I have? Right? So it is a read-only file, but yet I am doing it with the help of root user. Okay, allows people read. Okay, so that's it. So let me go out of this. Escape, escape, colon, WQ exclamation. So this should be always in small cases only to keep out of the VR. So now let me go into the other window where I have my Avinash user. Now see, I have given permission over there. Now let us see whether he will be able to install the application. Sudo yum install free. Asking permission 123 @admin. See here, now he is able to install the application. So this Avinash has acquired the permissions of the privileges of root user. Do you get it now? Let me install it. So installation has been successful. Clear?
So Yum is a repository from Amazon, no?
No, it is external. It is available everywhere with all versions of not only Amazon but also Red Hat and all the things. It helps you to install the applications.
Okay, if you want to install Chrome, for example, not possible in Linux, but for example, Yum install Chrome means it will download Chrome, right?
If it is see, it installs any applications that supports the CLI version.
Okay.
Right. In the previous case, I have shown you you're using brew command to install application on Mac.
Yeah.
So it was a similar kind of repository that helps us to install applications on Linux based on.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, what is Yum? Yum is a primary tool for getting, installing, deleting, querying, managing RPM softwares, right? So how do we use Yum? Yum has over some on their own cheat sheet that will help us to execute certain commands. So if I want to see the list, Yum list installed, let's say I want to know the whether any particular application is available, I can use Yum list available. I want to see the list of applications that are already installed. We will not be using most of them, but the major case will be using Yum list installed. So this will be helpful for us to identify all the applications that have been installed on our system. So if I say this, see these are all the various applications that have been installed. In which see you can see the tree is the application that we have installed recently. Okay. So over here also, whenever you want to execute any task that relevant application is supposed to be available, then only we'll be able to execute the task relevant to them. Let's say I want to remove this particular application. Yum remove tree. To uninstall an application, I use yum remove tree. So it is not permitting because I'm not a root. Yes. So it has removed it. Yum list installed. See, the command tree is gone. Clear? So let's say you have some application which has been installed and you want to know details about that particular information. We use yum info and that particular application name. Right? So majorly, let's say if I want to check on whether a specific application has been installed or not, I can use yum install directly to find out, or else I can use yum list available. Either ways works well. Yum list
Not able to
available.
see your command line. You can see only browser.
Okay. First, let me be the root user. So yum list available. See, I want to find out whether tree an application by name tree is available for me to get installed or not. If I want to do that within the yum repository, is that available or not? Let's say I want to convert my Linux server into a web server. So I need an application which is HTTPD. I want to identify whether it is available or not. See, HTTPD service is available. I want to see whether it is installed on my system or not. How do we do that? Yum list installed, in which please check out whether HTTPD service is installed. See, there is no letter H at all. So to convert my server into a web server, I have an application called HTTPD, which helps me to convert my Linux server into a web server. So let us see that also now. So we'll be discussing that comes into the part of service management. Basically, Linux also helps us to install various service-based applications, and that can be done with the help of yum package installer. So to install an application, we use yum install Now I'm using a service by name HTTPD. So basically it belongs to the company of Apache that helps us to convert my Linux server into a web server. So whatever may be the website I host on this server will be hosted in real time. Okay. So as of now, I have a Linux server, right, which has been created from AWS. Now I am converting that server into a web server. Let's see. Okay, before going to that, now this is my server, right? My server IP address is this public IP. So if I try to gain access into my public IP, okay, let me not use this. I'll use direct path. See, I have tried to gain access into 44. Okay, but I want it under HTTP only, but not secure. So see, am I able to see any website up in here?
No.
No, as of now, I haven't hosted any application. And when I try to gain access into this particular server, it is not responding anything. So now let me go into the server and install the application, which is HTTPD yum install HTTP. So if I want to execute this, whenever I try it, it will ask me for authentication, right? Any application, if you try to install, it will show you the list of applications it is going to install. See, it is trying to install HTTPD. Along with HTTPD, there are various other dependencies that HTTPD require, and these dependencies also get installed along with this particular application. So it is asking me for my authentication, yes or no. For now, I'm giving no. So if I don't want it to ask me for authentication, I can use -y. So it doesn't ask me anything, and it straight away goes and install the application. We use -5 for authentication. Now my service HTTPD has been installed on my system. Now how do I know whether my service has been working or not? Right? I have installed an application, right? Which is HTTPD. I need to know whether that service is there or not. So for that, let me check on with this particular server. Right now it is not responding. There might be two different paths. One is the application is not running, or else we have a problem with the security group. Right now, when I converted a server from regular server into a web server, I need a port 80 to be open with my within my security group or with my firewall. So this is the see right now the Linux server is associated with the security group launch wizard 4, and in this particular security group I already have enabled port number 80 to be open. So port number 80 is open in my inbound rules. So I will be able to get connected if someone tries to gain access into the 80 port of my public subnet. I'm sorry, my public IP. So now I need to check my port is open. So I need to check whether my application HTTPD is running or not. So for that we use a command called system ctl status HTTPD. So see here, right now my service is inactive or dead in state. So whenever we install any application on Linux, we should be making sure that if there are any dependencies, we need to keep them up and running individually. So I need to start this particular service. So how do I start it? The same command systemctl, instead of status, I need to type start HTTPD. Now it has executed, and let me see the status again. Now its status is active and running. So my server is ready. So let me go and check on with my browser, refresh it. See, it is hosting my website, which is showing it works. So my website has been launched, and this is the default home page for my web server if I try to use HTTPD. So if we want to change this, can we do that? We can do that if I want to change this. Okay. Okay, I will be able to do that. Okay, for that, what I'm trying to do, I am using my Mobax term because Mobax term helps me. So basically, Mobax term will help me to copy files directly if I drag and drop up in here. That's the reason why I use Mobax term most of the cases whenever I require files to be copied from my location. Right now on my desktop, I have a directory by name Carvilla. Okay, I'm just okay. Let me show you that.
In real time also we are allowed to use this tool, no?
Yeah,
Mobile external.
might be, might not be. It depends upon one's organizations. If we don't use this, we have a command, right? SSH-I. You can use SSH-I followed by the path of your files and then your destination, and then you can use your key pair and username at the see that method you already know, right? Okay,
Mhm.
I'll show you that. That is fine, no issues for me. Okay, okay. Now I'm using Mobaxterm, right? Even with Mobaxterm or Putty. Okay, let us go with Putty so you'll be understanding it better. Okay, let me close this. We have a public IP. Yes. Am I giving any key pair as of now? No. Okay, I'm just opening it. Accept, asking, Avinash, password. So I have gained access into my server. Okay, now let me. Okay, so sorry, I don't want this to be there. Okay, fine, no issues. Let me open my Git bash on my local machine. Keep it aside on my local machine. Where am I right now? Inside my TUM directory. Okay, CD downloads. Inside my downloads, I have my key pair, which is nvar123.pem. Okay, I'm inside that particular directory. Now I want to see here on my desktop, there is a new directory, new desktop, inside which I have a directory by name Carvilla. This is having the files. Okay, okay, let me open that also so that you can see. So this is the website. This is a template of the website that is available with me in my particular folder. Okay, I'm trying to show you how to host this application into the server that we have downloaded. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Now, instead of that, I want this to be available, and the path of this particular files are C desktop. Okay. Under which I have Carvilla hyphen v version 1.0. Now I'm going to git bash. Okay. I have a command ssh hyphen I followed by first I need to define the path where my file is there. Okay, so this is my source file slash carvilla hyphen v 1 second carvilla hyphen v 1.0. Then I need to define the path of the server before which, okay, I can define it, username. Okay, let this be the source file. Then I need to define the key pair. Where is my key pair? NVIR 123.temp. Now username is Avinash at the rate public IP. I need to copy the public IP. So in this public IP, what was the path I want to do? I want to use the path tilt. So in Avinash home directory, I want to copy the files that are available up in here. Okay, slash tab. I want to define -r recursive also. So let me see, no such file or identity. Okay. If R doesn't work, no issues. Mm, no such file or directory. This is not supposed to be happening. Okay, it is not showing this particular. Okay, let me try to give it in double quotes. No, what went wrong with it? Just give me a second.
It is showing as not accessible, right?
Which one? Could not resolve. Okay, sorry, I have made a mistake. So I'm using keypair, right? So
EC2,
for
EC2.
Avinash user, it is not possible, right? So EC2 hyphen user here also it does not permit. So let me check on with the command once again. Just give me a second. So here what am I supposed to do is I am supposed to provide the temp file first and then path of the file. So that was a mistake we are doing. So I don't record this. I have to give the temp first and then this. Could not resolve. Why is it not permitting? Host name is not known. So identity has been cleared. Now it was here. Okay. It was supposed to work. Username at the rate IP address.
That Carvilla path is correct on right?
Yes,
Desktop, new
yes,
desktop.
yes, 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 yes. I've copied it directly, right? Actually, I have tried it even, but I don't know what went wrong. Okay. Actually, there was one other mistake also. So basically, in order to copy files, we are supposed to use SCP, secure copy, but not SSH. SSH is meant to get connected with it, right? It was supposed to be SCP. Secured copy is the command that permits, and now no such file. During the keypad, saying this path and tilt slash. Yes, let me check with it. SCP files on local to remote. Let me see if I can execute hyphen R, copy resources and hyphen I. Yes. Okay, I need to type in yes. Password. I do not have any password. I already shared the keypad, right? Why is it asking me for password? Okay, let me try to SCP hyphen R keypad path. Again, it is asking me for password. Established key fingerprint. Okay. Okay, let me try it with the other user. Control C. We have a user by name Avinash, right? Avinash has the password. Avinash. Yeah. Okay. Permission denied. Or else let me see. Control C. It was supposed to work. I have tried it, but I don't know what went wrong with this now. I'll see this. I'll check it into it and get back to you in tomorrow's class. Okay. But we have a method of copying it and it works fine. I tried it even yesterday also. Mhm. See, SCP-R. Okay, this is too late. Just give me.
Pawan, you're muted.
So in my previous case, when it worked, this was the command that I have used, I guess. Copy. So I was into the directory where my Carvilla is there. So I have used a -r recursively so that all the contents in that particular file will be copied. And then I have defined the path of the file nvir123.pem, which is there inside my downloads and ec2-user at the rate.
IP address is different.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, of course. That is what I just thought. So what was our present IP address? 44 to 11
4.11.
67 28. Copy. Okay. It is asking me for password again. If it was trying to see, there is okay. F1 R, Carvilla, and this is the path. Let me try it now. Let me see it now. Yes. So interactive terminal, I'm using SCP-I that helps me to gain access, copy the files. Okay. Then whenever we are using SSH-I is followed by the key pair. This is the key pair that I already have. And the path of the key pair is inside my user's home directory, downloads, and then the file. I have already into the directory where my Carvilla is there. So there might be chances that I am missing is over here. Since new and desktop there was a space, I was unable to move. Might be the case. And then followed by username at the rate of public IP, and the path is defined with colon and tilde slash in the sense user's home directory. I'm defining the user's home directory to get access. So now let me go into my server. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Command bash, git
No,
bash.
no, no, no. Yes, I want to show this. So right now I'm in root.
Browser, yeah.
Yes, exit. Okay. CD space still. This is my home directory. For my EC2 user, ls, see, I have my Carvilla directory copied up in here. CD, Carvilla, ls, I have my files available up in
Index.
here, right? So this is how we copy our files from our local desktop to the remote desktop and using the command scp. So this has taken such a long struggle, but if we use Mobaxim, we can straight away drag and drop, and you'll be having that in my homepage of this home directory of my current user, but not root user. Okay,
Can you refresh
fine.
that browser? I mean,
Okay, if I refresh the browser, nothing will happen. It will still remain the same because I haven't moved these files to the destined location where my index.html file is supposed to be. So basically what happens up in here is we have something called cd space slash, we have something called var. Inside var variables location, we have a directory by name www. Please check out this particular directory before installing HTTPD. You will not see this particular directory available. This directory will be created only after installing the web server relevant application, which is HTTPD. Okay, we need to go into that. So inside this, we have a directory by name HTML. As of now, it will not show any files since there are no files up in here. Now, whatever files that are there inside my Carvilla, this assets, index, and readme you can skip. These two files are supposed to be here so that my site will be up and running. So how do I do that?
copy.
Copy. Actually, it will not permit me because I'm a regular user, so I need to give sudo copy
Slash.
my home directory tilde slash Carvilla slash, okay, whatever is there inside here, I want it to be -r. So where I want into my current directory. Okay. ls now, okay. Again I got this. I don't want the directory to be there. Okay. rm -rf Carvilla. let's okay. Copy -r now. Let's okay, -r is supposed to be there. -r, but I don't want this particular directory to be here. Yes, fine. Okay. Now I have my files assets and index.html copied into my location /var/ww/html. Now, if you refresh your site, it will host the Carvilla. If you check on with this on your browser also, it will work. Please try to check on with it. 44.211. Okay. Let me copy this.
211.
Dot 67.28.
Yeah, I can see.
Right. This is how we launch
Web
a
server.
web application on our Linux server. Okay.
Okay.
Now the key point up in here. What happens if I restart my server? Something goes wrong and my server has been restarted. So what will happen to my application? Will it be there? Will I
Server
be
will
able to
down.
see? Server down. Okay, I restarted it. It is working now. Then what? Will I be able to see the application up and running? By default, what happens is I have installed an application by name HTTPD, right? This service, what I have done, I have manually started the service. Do you remember? I use systemctl start HTTPD,
Hmm.
right? I
Yes.
made it manually, right? So if my system shut down, that service also gets stopped.
Hmm.
If I restart it, the service will still remain in stop state. We need to manually start the service. Is that going to work?
No.
So I need to give this service into the system directory. Let's say if you have antivirus installed on your server,
Hmm.
right, on your laptop.
Hmm.
So was it coming up when your system gets restarted? Yes or
Hmm.
no? Why is it happening? Because we have added that particular service into our system directory.
Open
So
and start.
whenever your system gets boots up, this particular service also gets ready for us. For that, we use a command called systemctl enable HTTPD. So I will show you where what happens over there. Systemctl status HTTPD. See here, by default, it is loaded in systemd and by default it is disabled in state right now. If I get it enabled, okay, this particular service will be available inside my systemd and it gets automatically active when your service gets restarted also. So for that, I need to execute systemctl enable HTTPD. Permission denied because I'm a regular user. I need to use sudo instead of it. Now let me check the status. See, now it has been enabled. So whenever my system restarts, even though my web application will be up and running. Clear? Did you get it?
Yes. Yes.
Others, Abhi, Aniket,
Yes, sir. Yes.
Anil, any doubts?
No,
Krishna?
sir.
Okay then. So we end the session up in here. So okay, one more thing. Wait for a second. Don't leave. Okay, we have used the command systemctl, right? As of now. So there is another command also which does the same task, which is service. To start or stop anything, we use the command called service. Let's say I want to stop this. Okay, HTTPD stop. So previously systemctl, when we are using systemctl, okay, the service name is defined at the last, and whatever transaction we are supposed to do is defined in the middle. But when we are using the service command, we'll have the service name in the middle, and what was the action we want to execute will be at the end. Okay, it is not permitting me. See, the service has been stopped. Let me refresh my server. See, it has been stopped. Again, okay. Again, if I want to start it, strt start, refresh, my site is up and running. So service and systemctl works in the same way. Then what about enabling the resource? It will not work with service. Instead, we have got something called check config space on. If you turn it on, then what was the service name? HTTPD on. If you keep it on, it will get enabled. If you keep it off, it will disable it. Sudo. Let's see the status. Systemctl status HTTPD. See, it has been disabled. I want to enable it. Then I need to use on. Check config HTTPD on. Okay, if you check with the status again, it has been enabled. Okay, this is about service management. So how we try to install applications, how we try to enable them, how we try to start, stop, restart. Everything has been covered in this today's class. Okay. Any doubts?
So does AWS charges for this application if it is running up and running?
No, they are charging only for my server to be active. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. See, we have purchased a laptop. Whatever we are trying to do inside that, are the company charging us for that? No, right? So these things are internally done.
Okay.
But whatever data it is acquiring is counted. So if I have showed you in the free tier limits, right? Whenever you try to create instance, at the right side, it is showing that it is providing only 100 GB of internet bandwidth per year. So you need to keep a track of that, how you are
Okay.
going to use them.
Okay.
Because for this service to host it, I do require internet. To install the application, I need to download the applications from the repositories and all. Every transaction that we go forward or backward, we move files from our laptop to over there, or we execute anything internally. For that, we are consuming internet space.
Mm.
That is chargeable.
Okay.
If it goes beyond the 100 GB.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Any other doubts? Guys, anyone has any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll meet you tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining the session. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anil, how is your health? Anil is gone. Okay, guys. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.